perpendicular lines. So the key things you need to remember right here. Parallel lines have what? What's true about their slopes? The same. So parallel is the same slopes. Perpendicular, they are what? Opposite reciprocals. So that's what we have to keep track of. Otherwise, we're just writing our equations as before. Remember when we wrote equations, we were using our point slope formula? The y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So this is all the stuff we will need today. In that equation, remember m is the slope, x1, y1 is an ordered pair, x and y just remain x and y. They are the variables. So if I said, write the equation of the line that passes through the point -2, 7 and is parallel to y equals -4x minus 1. If they are parallel, what does that tell me about the slopes? They're the same. What's the slope of this line? No. What'd you say? -4. Oh, sorry, I thought you said -4. So our slope is -4. And our point is -2, 7. That is the x1 and the y1 in our equation. So now we plug all of this in. So y minus, what is the y1? Equals m, -4, times x minus -2. And then this negative becomes positive. 1 minus 7 equals, we have to distribute, so -4x minus 8. Last step, to get y by itself, we would add over the 7. So we get y equals -4x minus 1. So we have to use what we know about parallel and perpendicular to find the slope, and then we are writing the equation like we were doing before. Biggest problems that I've seen with writing equations is people trying to skip steps and then missing numbers. So please just take the time to actually show what you get when you distribute your -4, to add your 7 over. If you are a person who makes a lot of mistakes, try slowing down and showing a little more work. So let's try another one. Goes through the point -3, -1, so I have a point, and it's parallel to x minus 3y equals 9. Parallel means the same slope. Can I look at this and just know my slope automatically?
No.
No. So we have to first get it to be y equals mx plus b 4. So if I subtract my x, I have -3y equals -x plus 9. Divide everything by -3. Negative x over -3, that's a positive 1/3 x minus 3. But all I need this for is my slope. Since they are parallel, tells me the slopes are the same, so my slope is 1/3. So now I have my slope, and I have my point. We are going to plug into our equation. Y minus, remember in this point, this is x1, y1. So y minus negative 1 equals m, which was 1/3, times x minus 3. And this negative is positive, so y plus 1 equals, if we distribute, 1/3 x minus 1. What do we have to do to finish? Subtract our 1 over. Y is 1/3 x minus 2. All right. If I have perpendicular, same idea, but what is the slope of this line? 2. If I want to be perpendicular, then my slope has to be the opposite reciprocal. So this is a positive 2 or 2 over 1. So the perpendicular would be a negative, and you flip it. So negative 1/2 will be the slope that I'm using. So parallel, it's identical. Perpendicular, opposite, reciprocal. Flip it and change the sign. Now I know my point. x1, y1. I've got my slope. So we do our equation. Y minus y1 equals m, negative 1/2, times x minus x1, x minus 4. Take the time, order of operations, we have to multiply this out. So that's a negative 1/2 x. Negative 1/2 times negative 4, positive 2. Add our 3. So we get negative 1/2 x plus 1. Alright, do you guys remember writing these equations from last week or the week before? Using this point slope? Let's do one more together and then I'm going to have you guys try it. So on number 4, where would we have to begin? Okay, we have to get to be y equals. So 3y equals negative 5x minus 21. Divide everything by 3. So that's a negative 5/3 x minus 7. I need a point and I need a slope. I have my point. My slope. What is the slope of this line? Okay, the line that we just found is a negative 5/3. So to be perpendicular, you change the sign so it's a positive, and you flip it. So 3/5. And then our point, that's our x1 and y1. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus negative 5. Minus the negative becomes positive. We get 3/5 x plus 3. Add our 1. We get y equals 3/5 x plus. Alright, I want you guys to try problems 6 and 10. everybody try this. What's the slope of this line? Negative 1/4. This is my x1, y1. So my equation, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So y minus 3, if you distribute, we get negative 1/4 x plus 2. So then we add our 3 over. So negative 1/4 x plus 5. Number 10. This is a slope of 1. Perpendicular says you flip it and change the sign. What does that give you? Negative 1. It's like 1 over 1. Flip it, it's still 1 over 1. So our equation, y minus negative, so plus 2, equals m, x minus negative, so plus 3. So y plus 2 equals negative x minus 3. Subtract over the 2. So negative x minus 5. Alright, we did pretty well. Let's try one more, and if everybody gets it right, then I will stop. Let's do problem 12. We have to flip it and change the sign. First of all, to find the slope, we have to get y by itself. So we subtract our x. So 3y equals negative x plus 6. Divide by 3. So that's negative 1/3 x plus 2. For the line we are writing, we want perpendicular. So our slope, we have to flip it and change the sign. This is a negative 1/3, so it'll become positive. When you flip it, it's 3 over 1 or just 3. So then y minus y1 minus negative will become positive 6 equals m times x minus negative or plus 1. So y plus 6 equals 3x plus 3. Subtract our 6. So y equals 3x minus 3. Right, so make sure you're watching parallel and perpendicular. I'm going to go ahead